call. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are locked into Youth Vibrations here on Wtp 93.5 FM. I'm your host, Kamali Mannix, and ladies and gentlemen, on this Youth Vibrations, we're talking about the things young people are doing, talking about the things they're advocating for, talking about the things they're achieving, or just talking about the things that are on their mind. So, today's a really special episode because I have two special guests in studio. Well, one and a half. One and a half special guests. One special, one really special. Right? So we have two special guests in studio. Both are from the Otto's Comprehensive School, OCS. And so I'll allow each of them to introduce themselves. And one of you can go first.
Good evening. My name is Jenna Paredes.
That's how your name is pronounced?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So, good evening. My name is Jenna Paredes.
Uh-huh. And what?
And you said to introduce yourself.
Uh-huh. So we now know your name. What else?
I'm a student from the Otto's Comprehensive School.
Boy, let me tell you. Tough crowd out here. Mm-hmm. Yes, let me hear you.
Good evening. My name is Joel Bridge. I am from the Otto's Comprehensive, and we are here to talk about our CXC achievements.
You see, this is why you need people like Joel. That's what you were supposed to do, Jana. And
whatever, I'm the special one.
I commandeered my nephew to take him to get ice cream, but he fell asleep, so I brought him to the radio station. Say hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Tyson.
Okay, great. So we technically have 2.5 guests in studio today. So this is an uncle and nephew show. Yes? You're gonna help uncle today? Alright, there you go. So ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about, well, in our discussion part of today's episode, we're going to be talking about young people, education, CSEC success. As we know, last week, the Caribbean Examination Council released their results for the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate. Because we tend to say, oh, an individual got 3 CSEC subjects. They actually didn't. It's not CXC, it's actually CSEC, Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate. And I picked the Otto's Comprehensive School in particular to invite students for multiple reasons. One, traditionally, when you have these kind of discussions, everybody goes for the high school, everybody goes to the grammar school. Great, no problem, no. Because you do have schools that are able to produce students who have done very outstanding. And so when you look at, I'm going to try and find it. So ladies and gentlemen, if you were to go on the Facebook page for the Otto's Comprehensive School, Otto's Comprehensive School 1974, you're going to see a flyer. I think I sent it to Kerio. I don't know if Kerio can show it online, but where's the camera? This is it. Oh, let me flex the phone the other way. And so the title of it is High Flyers, where it has the students who have done very well at CSEC. And so the school saw it fit to recognize them. One of the things that is so important about this is, you know, there are certain schools that we tend to look down on or look on them a kind of way. And so it's, you know, it proves the point that it doesn't matter where you go. Once you have the necessary support and discipline, you can do very well. And so, you know, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick students from this school rather than the traditional, oh, yeah, you know, grammar school, high school, and all them schools. Yeah, sure, no problem. Retired. Otto's Comprehensive. Now, after that long introduction, we're going to go into the first segment of today's episode, which I like to call 9-Day Talking, which is where I ask my guests a question that they know nothing about, and then they are on the ball, they have to answer. And this is my favorite segment because then everybody looks terrified, like how Jana looks right now. And I'm so glad that Facebook Live can see you, and somebody probably laugh and say,
"Oh, really?"
Yes. We believe in embarrassment around here. Oh, no. So, last week, one of the things that we had on our special guest last week was Miss Joshua Francis, who's the president of Good Humans 268. And they've been trying to do a lot of work when it comes to recycling, waste management, etc., etc. And so there was a few basic things that we discussed. One, what do you do when you're tired of something? You
throw it away.
Where does it go?
To the garbage.
It goes to the garbage. Where does the garbage go?
To Cook's dump.
To Cook's landfill.
Right.
Is that the proper way to deal with waste?
No.
Herein lies the problem. Right? Where does it go and what happens? And so in that discussion, a few things came out. One, Cook's landfill is literally past its maximum capacity. There's nothing more that Cook's landfill can hold. Right? We're literally buying time that doesn't exist. Number two, in addition to the fact that it's maximumly full, we need to find a better way to manage waste in general, because we're putting things that are combustible with things that aren't combustible, with old cars, with old tires, with old shoes, with stroller, with sewage, it's just not working. So then I had to ask the question, do young people actually care? Do young people think about waste? Do you actually think about the things that you throw away? Tell me, Joel. When you throw something away, do you actually think about where it goes?
No,
Or what happens
I
afterwards?
just throw it away.
Yikes, he didn't even try to lie. Most people, because they're in public, will be like, yes, I'm very concerned about the planet and how we impact the planet. It's like, yeah, me really care. Me just think about it. Jana, tell me, do you think about what happens to waste when you throw it away?
Actually, sometimes I do for real, because it's like we're throwing all of these things away, and some of these things can actually be recycled and they can be saved and produced into something more meaningful, something that we could use in our everyday life. And then we're just throwing it away, we're piling it, and these are not things that will just dissolve into the soil. These
No.
are things that are gonna stay there, and they're actually taking up a lot of land space. Like, we could use that for so many houses, so many projects, so many great things that can actually help Antigua, rather than just having a bunch of trash.
So literally, because have you ever seen Cook's landfill?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
like we live close to it.
Behave, Kamali. Okay. All right. Yeah. The Holy Spirit was like, catch yourself. So, here's the amazing thing. Cook's landfill was originally a saltwater marsh. Flat land that just led into a mangrove that led into the sea. Cook's landfill is now a hill. That is literally a hill of garbage. And here's the difficulty that we face. And let me ask you. If we have to shut down Cook's landfill because it absolutely can't hold anything else, we're going to send our rubbish.
I think that they're initially gonna choose the ocean first. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
But we can't dump our garbage in the rubbish, so what are we going to do with our waste? You guys live close to Cooks. Has a fire ever inundated where you live?
Like a house fire?
No, like a fire from the landfill.
Well, yeah, there's sometimes that you look down the road and you're like, oh, where's that smoke coming from? And then you realize, oh, hey, it's cooked down,
especially
burning.
when we go like to when I go over my cousins that Hatton, you can see all the smoke
Mm-hmm.
rising and everything. Like, that's when they're burning the trashes and everything.
Think about it, they're not burning it, you know. It combusts. It literally starts to burn on its own. That's not man-made, it just burns on its own. And that's the problem that we have. So we're at a point where we need to be teaching our young people, or we need to have a national conversation. What do we do about waste? Because there's some countries that literally they don't really use landfills. Almost every single thing that goes into the trash, it's processed some way. So the whole car, it's going to be stripped down for metal and used to make something else. The tires are going to be shredded and used to pave roads. You eat food, fine, but figure that out. The can that you eat, we're just going to reprocess it and make another can 5 months from now. So literally almost every single thing that you use, it's recycled, reused, repurposed, refashioned. For us, we just put it in down Cooks and bury them with some dirt, and then pack more, and then bury some dirt, and pack more, and bury some dirt, and pack more, and bury some dirt, and pack more. Then he burn.
And I think the issue with that is because we don't have any factories here. We don't have any way to process these things. So for us to start doing that, that means that we're going to have to build a facility where these things are done, and we currently don't have that.
We have some of it. Because we have... Kaisen. Oh, okay. It works. Good. My nephew is confirming that the TV is working. I agree. It's on.
No,
What works?
the garbage burns first.
Oh, yeah, it burns. So, when you look at it, there's a company called Abrec, and they process in recyclable materials. I remember a couple of years ago, there was this whole discussion, big newsreel. The government is going to find a machine to shred the tires so they can pave roads.
I remember that. We're still waiting. 20 years later.
Murder. Right? So we have been having conversations because we know that how we are managing waste is not the best way.
Right.
We're fully cognizant of it. We know that. That's a fact. However, we know, but we're not doing much to fix the problem. Besides having meetings and saying, oh my God, we need to fix the landfill. So then if the landfill shuts down, what does the next generation do? What if your generation doesn't have a cooks? How are you going to dispose of waste?
We're probably gonna look for another piece of land
Where?
to turn into.
You tell me one place in Antigua that would allow the government to build a landfill.
Probably nowhere.
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 We have no space.
There's
No,
literally nowhere
that's
for you
true.
to put it. So then we're struggling with land space for people to live. Where are I going to put them? How you going to get there? So clearly we need to do something.
We're gonna ship garbage.
To
I'm
where?
joking. I'm joking.
There are actually some countries that do it. That's what the UK does. They ship it to Africa. Nonetheless. I'm dead serious.
Wow.
That's literally what they do. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to go into the full pull and thrust of our discussion. We're going to be talking about C-Sex success. You know, our young people did their thing, they did their exams, we saw the headlines, we saw the announcements. And then we're going to talk about, a little bit of their school experience. What was it like going to the Artist Comprehensive School? I can only... Me as a tell early, right? Mr. Roberts a watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Yeah, your skin looking good. What are you using?
I'm getting ready to level up. The Universal Skincare Institute is opening in St. Paul and they're teaching real skincare science.
Wait, like a beauty school?
Not just a beauty school. 1,000-hour program teaches ingredients, skin science, and how to build your skin career.
That sounds serious. How do I sign up?
Easy. Registration are open. Go to AntiguaUniversalSkincareInstitute.com.
All right, Antigua, time to glow and grow.
Antigua, the future of beauty education is here. The Universal Skincare Institute, located in St. Paul's, is now enrolling students in our 1,000-hour core curriculum. This is not your typical beauty school. At Universal Skincare Institute, students learn real skincare science, ingredient knowledge, formulation, and modern skincare innovation designed for today's global beauty industry. If you're passionate about skincare or looking to start a career in beauty, this is your opportunity. Registrations are now open. Visit antigua.universalskincareinstitute.com and enroll today.
For 49 years, state insurance has been more than a promise. It's been a partnership you can rely on, supporting you as you build, operate, and grow your business, allowing you to focus on what matters most. And as you go about your daily routine, State is right there with you. State Insurance Company Limited. 49 years of protection and partnership, so you can live in a better state of mind.
Keep your eyes on the road. Keep your mind on driving. Keep your hands on the wheel, as one distraction can steal your reaction. Look out for pedestrians, joggers, and cyclists. Look left, look right. Be aware of vehicles. Drive safe. Drive smart. This is a message from the Antigua and Barbuda Transport Board. For more safety messages, stay tuned or call us at 484-4600 or check us out on Facebook at Antigua and Barbuda Transport Board and on Instagram at transport.board.anu1.
Emergencies can happen at any time. Stay prepared and keep your family safe with APUA's top safety tips. Start by reviewing your emergency plan with every member of your household. Make sure to secure important documents in sealed plastic storage bags. Remember, never connect a generator to electrical panels or fuse boxes. Always have a qualified electrician install a transfer switch to keep everyone safe. Ensure you have enough water for 3 to 5 days. After the storm, we'll check water quality to meet WHO standards. It's crucial to know how to shut off your home's electricity and ensure everyone knows the safest spot in your home during an emergency. Plug major appliances into surge protectors and unplug sensitive ones to shield them from power surges. Charge your mobile devices ahead of the storm and minimize usage to conserve battery. Plug your landline or internet modem into a UPS backup and surge protector to stay connected. Prepare for power outages caused by severe weather conditions like storms and high winds. Our protection systems will suppress the power where needed during severe weather to protect life and property, and repairs begin once it's safe. Report trees that can fall on power lines to 311 to prevent potential hazards. Always treat downed power lines as energized and dangerous. Report them immediately to 311. Stay tuned to APUA's official communications channels and local media for the latest updates. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or join our WhatsApp group. Your safety is our priority. Stay safe and prepared with APUA.
This is WTP Radio, 93.5 FM, coming to you from the biggest village in Little Antigua.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with Youth Vibrations here on WTP 93.5 FM. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you before the break, our main discussion, we're going to be talking about CSEC success. And we have two students from the Otters Comprehensive School. So here is Joel and here is Jana. So just before we go into discussion, I'm going to share with you some of the headlines that came out, because after the CSEC results were released, you then had a set of, I don't know what you call it, a media interaction where the Director of Education and the Education Officer for examinations went on, ABS, and they would have shared their thoughts and feelings. That's the best way to put it. Yes, this is the flyer I'm talking about, for those of you who can see on Facebook Live. And so Otters Comprehensive School highlighted some of the students that did really well. Mostly females. I don't have to be shocked, but it's just the reality of life. And so, yay, we are proud of the students. So, let's look at some of the headlines. First one, Education Ministry prepared to reassign underperforming mathematics teachers. I really wish that Ministry of Education would reassign some of themselves. The next one that you see is students could be barred from CXC for up to 3 years over cell phones, because apparently a lot of people were using their cell phones during the exams. Our children need Christ. St. Anthony's Secondary School records 90.4% pass rate at CSEC. So, private schools doing well. Shocker, shocker. CSEC grade review process closes September 15th, for those of you who thought that, you should not have failed, really and truly. And then one of the last ones that I saw, which was very shocking, our overall pass rate as a country has fallen, and it has fallen to 75% from where it was before, which means that 25% of the subjects undertaken are failed. And so I don't think people realize. Everybody says, it's 75%. Yeah, but then there's quarter of them were failures. That says something. And the Director of Education has mixed feelings about CXC removing SBAs amid AI and paid work concerns. So those are just some of the headlines that came out after the CSEC results. The CSEC results came out, and so just an interesting take from the media perspective on what exactly is taking place. So nonetheless, we have our two guests in studio, so let's give them a bit of an opportunity to both talk about themselves, hype themselves up, because they went through the process, they went through the hard work. So I want you to tell me again, give us your name, tell us how many subjects you passed and what were those subjects, what subjects you did.
We can include the ones from last year.
Yes, you can. Hype yourself, boast about yourself, make people know that you're bright. Who's starting? Go ahead, Joel.
Really? Oh. Okay, once again, my name is Joel Bridge. I'm 16 years old. And for my process for CXC, I passed 6 subjects this year. And I also passed 2 last year, which was English and Spanish. And with the CXC results this year,
so you now have 8 in total?
yes. Well, for my school, I did volleyball. I played pan. I was on the student council along with Jana.
You were?
He's being sarcastic.
No, literally, I can't remember all of you. It's impossible for me to remember all of you.
You remember me though?
Yeah, well, yeah, I would remember the presidents. The other people around them, I wouldn't necessarily remember them.
Okay, back to Joel.
Don't
Sorry.
feel bad. Go ahead.
None taken. Expected from me.
Yeah.
What else have I done for the school?
You went there.
I can say that.
Yes. Jana, tell us.
Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. Once again, my name is Jana Paredes, and I passed 8 CSEC subjects, and there are 2 of them that are currently pending. I don't know why, but I can include them in my passes because I know I passed. So in total, let's say I passed 10, right? So I was actually a very well-rounded student. I would do a lot for my school. My school would know that they could call on Jana for anything. And I am completely proud of myself because while doing CXC, there were lots of things that I was doing as well. I was doing the Theatre Arts Festival. I was also one of the debaters. And there was just a lot going on during the time where I was doing CXC. So it was a challenge for me, and it forced me to manage my time very effectively. And I think I did very well. So
Yay, look at that. Look at our young people doing a whole bunch of amazing things. And as well, and I want to add here, they're students of Artist Comprehensive School.
Thank you.
Because we tend to make certain schools feel less than talk. Oh, yes, yes, and this private school, and I saw a certain private school post that all of their students passed 10, and they say, you have a class of 10, and all of them passed 10, and you're both about to get 100. If you had 10, pick me. What the hell you expect? But maybe I am the problem. So, one of the things I remember, because I think my year was one of the first years that they started doing your CSEC results online. Wow. That made me feel old boy. I hear myself say that little yeah. So, I can never forget that night. Everybody, I think the CXC website crashed maybe 1,000 times. Everybody was online. Everybody was constantly entering their information, reload, trying to get in, trying to see their results, because everybody was just going wild to see what would have been their results. I remember for me, I looked for maths. That was the only thing I looked for. When I realized I passed maths, I said, it is impossible for me to fail anything if me pass maths. You hear me tell you? Because my God is a good God. My God is a great God. And when I saw that 3 for maths, I said, all right, pass everything. Just lock off the page and go and move on in my life. Nonsense. Next. Right? So, what was your guys' reaction to your results?
I was honestly shocked.
That you pass anything?
Fucking did not.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry.
There were a lot of subjects that, at the time I did the subject, I didn't feel like I was gonna do good in the subject. Like I didn't think I was gonna pass a lot of those subjects. When I saw that I passed, I nearly cried. Even though I get a 4 from maths. I mean, the business already.
You get better than plenty people. One of my friends has a 12. She do them 3 times and get 4 each time. So, what was your reaction, Jana?
Honestly, I was so terrified to open it. I did not want to open it. And then the first thing that I saw was my module for mathematics. And then I was like, okay, this is good.
So you passed maths?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
When I saw that, I cried.
We don't like her.
What?
We don't like Jana.
So, thank you. So when I saw that, I run around my mommy's restaurant and then I cried for a little bit. My sister had to literally come and hold me because it's like doing all of these school activities while doing CXC and still battling with maths, because if I'm being completely honest with myself, me and mathematics are not friends. We're really not friends. But the fact that I did put in the hard work and I got the results that I passed maths, so it was good.
One cheer. I mean, because nobody say, I remember times when you pass maths, we're going to get 1 3. Just that, you have to go wash skin. What more you want from me? What more did you want from me? What did you want from me? I passed. Let's focus on the 2s and the 1s.
Right.
I passed. Yeah, you get me? See?
Move on.
So did you expect to perform as well as you did? Anybody can answer. Did you guys expect to perform as well as you did? Did you expect the 6 subjects or the 3 subjects?
Honestly,
or the 5
no.
subjects? You didn't? Why?
No. If I can remember, I only think I was going to pass like 3 subjects.
Really?
Yes.
Be sorry, I'm murder you, blow.
So
Me, nobody say every time people just like, well, if a child fail, you just need to sit down and talk with them. After me, that's spend on them if you go to school. Damn man, I got a problem. Did you expect to pass? Were your results what you expected them to be?
honestly, I think they were better than what I expected. Like, I did so good. I'm shocked. Like, I'm very proud of myself. I really am. It was good results. I'm still a little bummed about the French.
Get load this guy.
But if I'm being...
You failed French?
Yes, I did, unfortunately.
At least you didn't fail maths.
Well, actually, nobody... It
could be worse.
When I saw that, I was like, you know what? French doesn't matter. We're focusing on mathematics.
We passed maths.
Right. Forget French. No, but if I'm being completely honest, it was very difficult with French because a lot of my studies I would have to do on my own time, and I was able to pick up 2 extra subjects. So I had to study 3 years of those subjects on my own time as well. So that was kind of difficult. And then when I tried to study for French, there's no help on YouTube. Like, if you go right now and try to look up French CSEC, there's nothing there that can help you with
other
your
subjects would have
preparations.
like papers and all
right.
the rest of it.
French doesn't have that.
Correct.
So it's a lot of it's difficult. So if
can
CXC,
you speak English and Spanish?
yeah.
So why the hell did you do Spanish?
I did Spanish.
We both did.
The question is, did you pass?
Of course.
So what the hell are you not going to say about French for?
Because I still... Okay, yes, I didn't pass. However...
You wanted to do French to prove to yourself that you could do it.
I know I can do it.
I like to kill myself. Do the things that are simple.
Whatever. At least I passed math. So let's focus on
I
that.
tell you, like, when people are like, oh, I failed physics. Did you pass maths? Yeah, shut your mouth, man. Nonsense. Shut up. Moving on. So I think I kind of feel the same way as you. Well, him, to a certain extent, and like her, not more so you. You didn't think you could pass 3. Me go grammar school for all the years to pass 3 subject. Me very sorry about that one day.
Right.
For me, I remember when I did CSEC, I knew I passed everything. Question mark on the maths. I was like, well, I'm gonna pass the maths.
I was like,
in the grand scheme of life, will I die?
Die.
What shocked me was subjects I got 1 in that I didn't even really put in much effort. It's like I got a 1 in English. I was shocked. I knew I would have passed English, but I never like how people put in a whole bunch of effort into English and I literally put in very little effort and got a 1. I think that is very much a kudos to my English teacher. She was absolutely amazing, Mrs. Gilbert. And most of us, literally out of my entire 5th form, there was only 2 people that failed English. And I think there's about 60 plus of us that graduated that year from grammar school. No, 90 something of us.
People
that
fail
graduated.
English?
Yeah, people that fail English. People that don't enough.
And if you talk Spanish and you fail Spanish, they on top of you.
I would be too. Because why?
So you talk English,
But
how
I'm
you
going to
fail
tell you the
English?
difficulty. Because English isn't your ability to speak it. It is your ability to write it, your ability to master
And
the
that's
language. And what happens is, if you're not accustomed to speaking standard English, it makes written English very difficult.
That is true as well.
Because me go down the road, you can't put me go down the road upon one CSEC exam.
Right.
And then in this day and age, a lot of you all can't spell, which is also a problem. No, may tell you.
Them.
When I was a teacher, that was one of the biggest problems I had. I would literally see work and have to literally call the child and be like, read this for me. And then I realized every word in the sentence is completely spelled absolutely incorrect. And I'm just like, somehow this makes sense to you. God help us all. So, of all the subjects that you did, which one do you think would be most difficult? Was most challenging for you? Just take your life.
I think we know the answer to this.
Apart from the maths.
Dead.
But I picked back up integrated science. I had dropped it in fourth form and picked it back up in fifth. So there wasn't really much time. I did good at my SPAs. I got through that, and didn't really get to touch a lot of topics with my teacher. But I did get a book that I had to go and read and whatever. So I would say that is one of the most. And social studies. I never really liked the subject.
Next.
I'm sorry to say that, but I didn't really like
You have
it.
blasphemed. To a social scientist, you have blasphemed. How dare he? What was the most difficult subject for you?
Mathematics.
But me tell you something about maths, right? Maths just sick dog, pussy and cackle stomach. Me tell you, maths sick dog, maths just sick stomach. And I'm okay, and so this is where now we get to do a segue. We kind of focus on maths. Because I saw in all the newspapers the director saying, oh, we're going to reassign the maths teachers. And I remember sitting down and thinking to myself, one, reassign them means you're sending them to another school. If they're a bad maths teacher at OCS, they're going to be a bad maths teacher at PM, they're going to be a bad maths teacher at AGS. So you're basically shifting the problem, right? You're not solving the problem. When I saw that, I also said to myself, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. Because is the problem the teachers or is the problem the syllabi, how it's laid out, whatever. Because, so, a lot of things have changed about maths. When I did maths, first of all, maths did not have an SBA. That's the first thing. Maths did not have an SBA, right? It was just the paper 1, the paper 2, and, what do you call it? The paper 1, the paper 2, leave it. The paper 1, the paper 2, and that was it. You had no SBA for maths. That's the first thing. 2, there were parts of the exam that were options. So you could pick between A or B, C or D, E or G, F or I. You know, you had these options. So if you weren't good at angles or whatever they call it, maybe you could do trigonometry or whatever. So it gave you a better ability to pass. They now have an SBA. The SBA makes no godforsaken sense. It is just frustrating and dunce. That's the first thing. I'm being so for real. 2, they've now removed options. So if they give you have to do them. What if me and a good pan vectors and matrices? What if my teacher got sick and left school, but I'm really good at trigonometry, and if I had the option, I would have probably passed. People like Joel that got a 4, maybe Joel is maybe 2 marks away from a 3. But because you give Joel no options, he's stuck. Then the fourth thing, we have a inconsistency at CXC level. When you do CAPE, and CAPE is Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Exam. CAPE is what you do at tertiary level. CAPE is what you do after you have passed CSEC. You don't do all of your exams at one point. They split them up into units. So if you're doing law, you do law unit 1, which is half of the syllabus, and you do an exam. Then you do law unit 2, and you do another half of the exam. However, at secondary level, we're forcing children to write one exam after 5 years for a syllabus that is intended to be taught in 2 years. So my thing is, if at the advanced level, you can understand it's too much content to assess at once, so you split it in 2. Why at secondary level, you're saying, remember 5 years of information and do one exam. And this one exam is going to tell us if you're smart or dunce. There's a raging inconsistency. So whenever I hear, like when I saw the director saying, oh, we're going to reassign the teachers, I'm like, you're looking at this problem so surface level. And I'm not shocked, because the Ministry of Education often looks at things at surface level. This is so surface level, it's not even funny. You need to do something else. Why is everybody doing general math? Do you need to find X? Do you need to do trigonometry? Are you going to be an architect, Jana?
No.
Oh, okay. What do you intend to study, Joel?
Music.
Okay! What the hell you do that for? Before, they used to have basic math. Addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. That was all the exam was. Very simple and straightforward. Do you understand basic math?
Of course.
Somewhere along the way, they decided, oh, going to do away with basic math. Everybody must do general math. So everybody must do trigonometry. Everybody must do vectors and matrices and all these other things. I was a teacher for 8 years. I've never had to find X. I've never had to draw an angle using a protractor and a compass. I've never had to calculate higher purchase. I never have to do them. But that's what we're forcing. So we're sitting down and talking about maths, forgetting that we are part of the problem. Why are we assessing maths the way we are? Why have we not created versions of maths instead of everybody doing general mathematics? If Joel is doing 3 subjects and they're all social sciences, he doesn't do math. He does maths for social sciences. So the maths that he focuses on is the kind of maths that he would use in history, geography, and social studies. Because more than likely, that's the field he will end up doing. If Jana's doing all business subjects, Jana does maths for business. Because she would need to know how to calculate hire purchase. She needs to know how to calculate interest. If I am an architect, I may not need to. If you have a student doing industrial arts, TD and BT, maths for building. So you need to know how to calculate angles and make buildings don't fall down. Because nobody wants to be in no building that fall down. So everybody does a type of maths based on what they're doing. No, we're saying general math. For what? For a reason. For laziness. We're picking a fail. And if for the past 20 years we've been complaining, picking a fail, picking a fail, picking a fail, but we've done absolutely nothing to change it, why are we upset? So that's my rant when it comes to maths. I just think it's a very dumb approach. I think the approach to the subject is horrible. I think it has made the life of teachers that teach maths miserable, and it has made the life of students miserable. So when people say, oh, I'm a fail maths, everybody goes, oh, okay. You fail maths, me too. Everybody else move on. That should not be the normal. It should be, oh, I failed maths for business. You did? How stupid do you be? That should be people's reaction. Because maths should be something that is made simple, but we make it unnecessarily difficult. But I am not the people who sit in the chairs to reassign underperforming maths teachers. Because if you have to reassign all the underperforming maths teachers, you got to move all of them. How many students did CSEC at Artist Comprehensive?
A lot.
Okay. How many of them passed?
I know a few.
I think there's only 4 of us.
Okay. Was it the teacher's fault?
No.
Okay. Was it the teacher's fault, Joel?
He's gonna
Joel
say
failed, so he look a mess. See, like, yeah, he fault. Me aside here.
Everybody fault.
Right? Joel, like a tall here for go and eat the bus too. He have to suffer. Right? But I taught for 8 years. I saw teachers go above and beyond. I saw maths teachers at SNRE have morning class, afternoon class, Easter class, Christmas class, after class for the class of the class of the class. And still, that is the result. So it's not for lack of effort. Because the teachers do put in the effort. But is the syllabus fair to the students? Can the students understand the content based on what CXC has outlined? I don't think Joel is stupid. Are you stupid?
No.
Just correct me, you know. I don't think Joel is stupid. But a child who's not stupid and can pass, you'll see students with 10 subjects. And maths is the one problem. So are we the problem, or is the subject the problem?
The subject.
Fundamental conversation that people with brains need to have. So of all the subjects you did, now that I can come off my political soapbox, come on, throw enough blow on one.
Right.
What is a subject you are most proud that you passed?
Music.
Principle of accounts.
Why?
Music is a subject that I've just fallen in love with, especially with the pan.
You can sing?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay, you go ahead, uncle, go ahead. You can play the instrument for the singer.
Yes. I can maybe find the pitch here and there, but...
What grade you got for music?
1.
Sorry, Dave. He's like, the audacity of you to ask that.
Right.
The audacity.
No, for real.
Jana, for you, why accounts?
Because, okay, well, there are lots of persons that say accounts is a hard subject for me.
But wait, never realize. Oh, no, never mind. Can I say a pass maths? Go ahead. Because most people who are horrible at maths, they tend to do horrible at accounts.
And that shouldn't be the case because we get to use calculator. But anyway, nevertheless.
Mm-hmm. You
just have to remember the formula.
You're one of the people that pass.
Right.
So that doesn't apply.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
It applies to me.
Yes. You should never do accounts.
Wasn't planning.
You should
Because I had
never
a lot of friends who did accounts and they told me, don't do accounts.
Right. But Jana, you passed.
Right, I
Yes.
passed.
You got a 3?
For what?
Accounts.
No, I got a 2.
Close enough.
Whatever.
But okay, but why are you proud of it? Is it because people say it's difficult?
Well, no, not necessarily, because I never found it difficult. The difficulty that I found in accounts was that the teacher that we had, he would come to class and he would teach. And there are times where you don't understand what he's teaching, what he's saying. And he's not a teacher to go back and tell you what he taught. Like, you're going to have to go and find it on your own.
Figure it out.
Right. And there were many times where a lot of the students never understand, and I myself didn't understand. So I had to go home and I had to lecture myself. So that is how I became the top account student.
With a 2?
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody else passed with a 3.
So who was the worst?
The poorest.
Well, I got a 5?
I don't know. You're asking me. I don't know.
But I am still proud because when I was going to school, I remember everybody was, because, okay, AGS is strategic in cytology. AGS is strategic in how the subject options are, because the subject options are laid out in such a way that you can access one of every category. So you can have access to a foreign language, you can have access to a business subject, a social science, a science, whatever the situation is. So I was actually shocked when he said that integrated science is difficult for him. I got a 1 for integrated science without trying, right? What do you call it? So that's the interesting component. But for me, because of the fact that I was never good at maths, when they were like, oh, you should do accounts, in which lifetime? In which lifetime? In which one of the lifetime? And then, and even when I got to UB, and I saw that I had to do, I think it was financial, introductory, it's some kind of accounts, but I said, geez, some that's right. I said, God, what am I do? When may I get punished? Right? But then I like the fact that you talk about your teachers. So, on a scale of, if you had to grade your teachers, because traditionally your teachers grade you, if you had to grade your teachers, and I'm looking at your teachers in the collective, and I'll talk about your maths teacher, come on, you give them a failing grade. What grade would you give your teachers at Otis Comprehensive School?
Like,
overall?
In general?
Overall. Keep it say, oh, glad I got your subject. I say, oh, she just comes because she giant herself. Oh, I'm shout out upon people. And many able nobody will cost me and the show done.
Right. So for me, I think I can say a good 8 out of 10, like a solid 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay, I see.
I think they dropped the 2 points with, the 1 and 2 teacher, but
but for the most part.
But for, they were good and supportive, I must say.
Go ahead, Captain Bitter.
7, maybe a 6.5.
Wow, who are your teachers?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I know some of your teachers.
As in, like, most of the teachers, like, they would come maybe like once a week. Maybe. Depending.
What kind of subject you did? Let's not get.
Wait, what's okay? No, never mind. Don't
When
get
we're
into
off,
details.
we'll talk about.
Yes.
Maybe like not once a week, but like a couple times a week. They would give assignments, and then don't show up, and then we have to figure it on our own. We ask questions, they don't answer. Just like, okay, all right.
Boy, you even have to tell you. But it is a reality that so it's two-sided. So, and this is the weird thing about education, because you have some teachers who are absolutely exceptional, who go out of their way, they work really hard, and they ensure that every child has a fair opportunity at passing. And then there are other teachers. I'm not going to put any adjective, they're just other teachers. And it's an interesting mix, because you have some individuals who really and truly just don't want to teach. And for one factor or the other, either they're stuck in it or circumstances hinder them come and sit. Circumstances hinder them in the job or whatever. And then the end result of it is they stay and they make the children's lives miserable. Or they just don't come. Absenteeism is a big problem. Teachers not going to school on a regular basis, that kind of thing. And for me, I said to people, if you don't like it, leave. I didn't like it and I left. I realized, hey, I do not want to be a teacher. I will never retire from teaching. I broke like dog and may work hard, no hell. I need to change it. And I left. If you don't want to teach, don't want to, do something else. But how important would you say your teachers were in preparing for CSEC?
I would say they were very important. Most of my teachers.
From what perspective?
What do you mean?
What perspective? How were they important? What did they do?
Well, there were lots of teachers that, although you could go in the textbook and read for yourself, they would explain it further and they would relate it to things that are happening today in real life. So that was very helpful. If you didn't understand something, there's somebody that you could actually go to who would sit down with you and explain it thoroughly. So that was great. So that's how they contributed. That's my perspective.
Okay. Joel, how important were the teachers for you?
They were very important in some aspect.
Just hate them teaching it. They're teaching it can't win for you, boy.
I'm just happy that I'm finished.
They're out here fighting for their life, and Joel, now give them easy time. Joel, like, now death to all of you.
I don't wish death on nobody. But they were really important. Like, they helped me out a lot, especially in areas that I was struggling a lot. The past papers, we would do them a lot, especially with, which teacher I'm talking about. That she would, every class, we would have past papers, we would go through it. We make sure everybody's on the same page. If somebody's not on the same page, then we would just explain it to them in a level that they would be able to understand it for future reference. And yeah, it's basically been like that.
Interesting. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a very quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to shift our discussion. We're going to be talking about the future of education in Antigua and Barbuda. Because as we know, CXC has announced that they're going to do with SBA for most of their subjects. CXC is now free. I completely disagree with it. ABCAS and all these things are now free. UE is now free. Roads are still bad, but there's all these adjustments and so on happening in education. So when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue talking about the future of education in Antigua and Barbuda. You're listening to Youth Vibrations. I'm your host, Kamali Mannix, and I'm joined by Joel Bridge and Miss Jana Paredes, both students from the Arthur's Comprehensive School who've just completed their CSEC exams. So stay locked, stay tuned to WTP 93.5 FM. We're going to be right back.
Emergencies can happen at any time. Stay prepared and keep your family safe with APUA's top safety tips. Start by reviewing your emergency plan with every member of your household. Make sure to secure important documents in sealed plastic storage bags. Remember, never connect a generator to electrical panels or fuse boxes. Always have a qualified electrician install a transfer switch to keep everyone safe. Ensure you have enough water for 3 to 5 days. After the storm, we'll check water quality to meet WHO standards. It's crucial to know how to shut off your home's electricity and ensure everyone knows the safest spot in your home during an emergency. Plug major appliances into surge protectors and unplug sensitive ones to shield them from power surges. Charge your mobile devices ahead of the storm and minimize usage to conserve battery. Plug your landline or internet modem into a UPS backup and surge protector to stay connected. Prepare for power outages caused by severe weather conditions like storms and high winds. Our protection systems will suppress the power where needed during severe weather to protect life and property, and repairs begin once it's safe. Report trees that can fall on power lines to 311 to prevent potential hazards. Always treat downed power lines as energized and dangerous. Report them immediately to 311. Stay tuned to APUA's official communications channels and local media for the latest updates. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or join our WhatsApp group. Your safety is our priority. Stay safe and prepared with APUA.
Yeah, your skin looking good. What are you using?
I'm getting ready to level up. The Universal Skincare Institute is opening in St. Paul and they're teaching real skincare science.
Wait, like a beauty school?
Not just a beauty school. 1,000-hour program teaches ingredients, skin science, and how to build your skin career.
That sounds serious. How do I sign up?
Easy. Registration are open. Go to AntiguaUniversalSkincareInstitute.com.
All right, Antigua, time to glow and grow.
Antigua, the future of beauty education is here. The Universal Skincare Institute, located in St. Paul's, is now enrolling students in our 1,000-hour core curriculum. This is not your typical beauty school. At Universal Skincare Institute, students learn real skincare science, ingredient knowledge, formulation, and modern skincare innovation designed for today's global beauty industry. If you're passionate about skincare or looking to start a career in beauty, this is your opportunity. Registrations are now open. Visit antigua.universalskincareinstitute.com and enroll today.
For 49 years, state insurance has been more than a promise. It's been a partnership you can rely on, supporting you as you build, operate, and grow your business, allowing you to focus on what matters most. And as you go about your daily routine, State is right there with you. State Insurance Company Limited. 49 years of protection and partnership, so you can live in a better state of mind.
Keep your eyes on the road. Keep your mind on driving. Keep your hands on the wheel, as one distraction can steal your reaction. Look out for pedestrians, joggers, and cyclists. Look left, look right. Be aware of vehicles. Drive safe. Drive smart. This is a message from the Antigua and Barbuda Transport Board. For more safety messages, stay tuned or call us at 484-4600 or check us out on Facebook at Antigua and Barbuda Transport Board and on Instagram at transport.board.anu1.
This is WTP Radio, 93.5 FM, coming to you from the biggest village in Little Antigua.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with Youth Vibrations here on WTP 93.5 FM. You're listening to Youth Vibrations. I'm your host, Kamali Mannix, and I'm joined by Mr. Joel Bridge and Jana Paradise of the Otters Comprehensive School, founded in 1974. What's your motto again?
Success to perseverance.
Success through perseverance.
I almost forgot.
Success through perseverance. Interestingly enough, so my cousins grew up in town. They grew up in Tyndale Road. And so I think of my cousins, my aunt's daughters, then maybe 4 of them went to Otters Comprehensive. At the time, Mrs. Baptist was the principal. I think all 4 of them went there when she was there. And my neighbor was one of the first principals of Otters Comprehensive School. She was the second principal, I think. Yeah. She's about 90, I think. 90 something. She's in her 90s. She's the second principal of Otters Comprehensive School.
She's still alive.
She
I was just about to
Megan Sampson was the first, and they transferred Megan Sampson to high school and transferred her from high school to Otters Comprehensive.
Is she still alive?
Yeah, she's alive. She's still alive.
Both of them?
Megan Sampson is still alive as well. She lives in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I think Otters is like, what, 50 years old? 50 years old, somewhere there about. How old is Otters?
No, yeah. We just had our anniversary last year. Yeah, that's true.
How you pass, maths?
Listen to me. Right, let's continue. Carrying on with the show.
No, we're going to focus on this.
No, we're not.
I'm going to bring national shame to you.
Wow.
Right? Anyways, so we're talking about the future of education, ladies and gentlemen. So what are your feelings towards SBAs? How did you feel about them in total?
I feel like I am so thankful for SBA, because if it wasn't for SBAs, I probably would have never passed maths.
I just can't stand you.
No, like I got a 20 out of 20 for my SBA. So imagine if I didn't have that. Yeah.
You would probably fail maths.
Yeah.
How do you feel about SBAs?
I mean, it could go both ways,
What are the both ways?
the left and right.
What?
Me asked the brother. What are the two ways that SBA can go?
Okay.
It can go left or it can go right.
Okay, but seriously, they are very good. I'm really thankful for it that they add extra grade to it, because it's not, we definitely did not get them other 3 subjects.
Maybe, who knows? No comment. So, now I'm seeing the comments on Facebook. So one of the listeners says, "Good evening, Kamali, guests, and the listening audience. Good evening, Mayan." She's one of the regular listeners. And I think I saw another comment from somebody from Trinidad or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Trinidad. So, regional embarrassment. Just saying. Somebody says, "Hi, Joel."
Abigail Valentine.
Abigail Valentine. I don't know. You know her?
Yes.
Joel had a crowd.
I'm telling you. You're popular.
Sit back. Right? So yes. So how do you feel about CXC saying that from this year they're doing away with SBAs?
I told my sister I feel bad for her.
Really?
Yes. I told her they're setting them up for failure, because I think that SBAs help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of the SBAs and them really don't make no sense.
Like maths and English.
Right.
Next, moving on.
But nevertheless, they actually help persons pass or attain a higher grade in CXC. So I'm very grateful for them, and I'm very happy that they never took us away in our year.
All hell break loose.
But yeah, so I think they're very helpful.
Yes, Joel.
Yes, I feel like how they are and how they behave, this younger generation, all I can do is pray for them, let the Lord bless them in the right path, and let them go.
Amen, Pastor.
Because I think from the student perspective, students tend to, it depends on the child. If you have a child who's generally lazy, they're not going to like SBAs because they see it as additional work.
Yeah.
If you have a child who's a naturally academic, they will see it as a plus. That's just the reality of life. What CXC's rationale is, because of the advent of AI, where you can literally put into an AI, where you can put into an AI, hey, do an SBA, this is the topic, whatever, and it will just sit down and it will do the entire SBA. So they say, hey, because of AI, we can't verify that the work of students is genuinely theirs. The second rationale is, we live in a day and age where you can pay somebody to do an SBA for you. So the child doesn't actually do it, but they get a 35 out of 35 because it's the perfect SBA you've ever seen in your life. And so CXC's concern was from that perspective. What I don't like is their proposed solution. Now, again, you're students, so you wouldn't know. Every single CSEC syllabi has always presented 2 options to a teacher. It is either you do a school-based assessment, which is a SB, or the alternative is they do a paper 3, which means you would do paper 1, which is the multiple choice, paper 2, which is the long, arduous part, and you do a paper 3. The paper 3 is an SBA, but you're doing it in a room. So they would give you a prompt, they would give you content, they would give you X, they would give you Y, and you basically have to do an exam in a room under exam conditions, right? I'm going to show you where my problem is from a teacher's perspective. As a teacher, we hate SBAs. Why? Because it's just a whole bunch of work. It's a whole bunch of ridiculous, unnecessary, arduous, taxing work. And the more students you have, the more work it is. I taught history at CSEC level. That's the only subject I taught. I only taught social studies at 3rd form. So I would have maybe 3 students, 1 SBA, because they do the SBA in groups. So we have 1 SBA for mark me good. When you have, for example, an English teacher who may teach all of fifth form, and a fifth form may have 100 students. That's a whole lot of work for one person to do. Or find your artifact one, and your this one, and your that, and how do you interpret it, and your poem, and your this, and your that, and it's done in groups, and two people in the group, they like one another, and she ne bring fushy this, and she ne bring fushy that, in addition to the fact that you actually have to finish the syllabus that you're obligated to teach. So from a teacher's perspective, it's absolutely horrible. Now you're telling teachers that we're going to do away with SBAs, you need to teach them how to do the paper 3. So we're moving it from making the teacher's life horrible to making it absolutely crappy. No consultation, no questions, but a decision. And teachers now have to figure out how to teach a paper 3. The reason why most people do SBA is because they have no idea how to teach students to do the paper 3. And the paper 3 is actually very difficult. Do you think you could do an SBA without any help?
I can actually say yes, genuinely.
Ugh.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you see, for accounts, my teacher did not help me with that. So he would tell you, okay, you have to do X, Y, and Z. You go and do X, Y, and Z. He looked through it. He was like, no, I don't like this. Change this. I don't like this. Change this. And then that was it. So you basically did your SBA by yourself.
You're supposed
okay,
to.
I mean, yes, it's a bit of guidance, but it's not like the other teachers. They would actually sit down with you. They would go through it, and you would get a better understanding. So it was a bit, you know.
So I think that's an interesting part. No, I think we can be more creative. Instead of an SB, instead of a paper 3, what else can we do to assess mastery of content? Because there are other things that we should be able to do. No, except for subjects like fabric and textiles. Naturally, the best way to see if a child has learned is to let them sew.
Right.
If it's home ec, food and nutrition, the best way to know if a child has learned is if they're able to cook. No problem. Those subjects make sense. Things like TD and all that and all that and all of that and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But for the other subjects, like history, that you're taking out in SBA, to replace it on a paper 3, you know, the paper 3 is, they give the child like a quote. Christopher Columbus did something or the other in whenever. Write this. How would you research it? It is absolutely ridiculous. We need to find better ways of assessing if a child actually has mastered content and understands. Nonetheless, the next thing. What would you say was some of the biggest challenges you face as a student at Otters Comprehensive School?
The people.
Besides the people.
Challenges we face.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a no comment on this one?
No, you have to make a comment. Not just big student council president or make a comment. You can put you outside. Stop it nonsense.
Okay, well, it might be.
Pause. Talking about the cooks, just heard one of what? Oh, so somebody's commenting on the whole cooks thing. Talking about cooks, just heard on the news a fire is burning right now.
Crazy.
Oh.
Right. Go ahead, Jana.
So honestly, wait, what were we talking about?
They talk about what are the challenges that students face in public schools, and I said, what are some of the challenges you face at Otters Comprehensive?
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna base this off of my experience as a president.
So who else experienced the base man?
I mean, it could have been like a
Jana, you
student's
just
perspective.
say-
Hello, hi. Let's just wait.
She has a bang around the bush, no.
It was very difficult because
Pause, sorry. Somebody commented and said, I would like to add that we have very good teachers in Antigua. Individuals are capable and talented and well trained. They care for our children and they support and guide their paths. Thank you, teachers, for the excellent job. We appreciate your efforts. At least I got to see the end of it.
Hi.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jana.
right.
What were some of the biggest challenges you saw going to Otters Comprehensive? The girl top breed and talk.
there were so many. Which ones did I choose from?
Okay. There's so many talk.
Okay, so there are two of them. I feel like the school was very disorganized in a way. Like there's certain things that they did very disorganized, and that just bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
It bothered me really bad because it's like if you, as the admin, can't be organized, how are you expecting the students to do what they have to do and follow in the right footsteps? That never made no sense to me.
Next one.
And the other one was being the student council president. There were lots of things that we wanted to do for the students and that we brought it up to admin, and they were like, oh, okay, yeah, we will look into it. I'm still waiting.
Never got a response.
I'm still waiting.
The letter that we wrote, where has that gone to?
I have me not even comment on student council. See, go ahead, Joel.
Adding on to what Jana said about the admin thing, yeah, I think that they aren't doing their job how they're supposed to, because you're telling me that okay, you want me to, let's say I did music and I'm a music teacher, you want me to help music teacher, you want me to teach kids music on a specific day, you want me to play an arrangement or something, cool. But you can't expect me to come up with all the equipment by myself. Yes, I can provide a laptop, but
yeah,
I would need like a projector from the school and the cable to connect it. But you're telling me last minute that you don't have that. So then what am I supposed to do in that situation?
What did the lady say on Cinderella, bibbidi bobbidi boo? One of the things that I found so interesting. So I'm a student of pure public schools. Never went to a private school in my life. I went to JT take care of your mouth. I went to JT Ambrose Primary School in All Saints. I went to the Antigua Grammar School. I went to State College. And so I had one experience as a student. And then right after college, I then became a teacher in the public school system. So I went back into the same environment that I would have been in. Taught at Glanville Secondary and then spent, high school Glanville's, and I spent about 6-7 years at St. Richard's Academy. And that was just, just interesting, moving around, seeing all of these different bits and pieces. And then I started being involved in the student councils and having to be going to schools and interacting with council presidents from across the country and hearing the concerns of students and all the things that they raise in every single facet. And there were moments I was dumbfounded to find out that there are schools that, first of all, it's the 21st century. Oh my God, most of these schools do not have functioning Wi-Fi. Internet is a big problem in the public school system, right? Like, there is internet, but is it reliable? And can I catch it from where I am?
No.
Right? There is a problem with the provisioning of things like desks and chairs. Granted, it's a twofold issues. Students destroy them while board tries to keep up with providing them. Because part of it is if y'all don't destroy them, then you will have them. I fling them out a window and I use them for fight and I brace back and broke off the back of the chain and I go walk around. Oh, man, I don't cheer. Yeah, because the one, the gear you broke them.
And they want to come teeth out with you.
Right. And that has become a thing. I mean, they go to school, we never hear nothing about teeth cheer. What is teeth cheer? What? It's only as a teacher, me hear, saw this one to then walk over the chair. So I'm have to walk over my chair and then my teeth on. First of all, you don't have no chair, no way. Never pay education level in your life. Please put on the government chair. Right? A lot of the schools struggle from facilities. So they don't have a classroom for this. They don't have labs for this. You have schools in Antigua that are under-facilitized. Otters Comprehensive is too small in terms of class space for the population. There was a canopy thingy.
Yes.
That then turned into a classroom for theatre arts. What the hell? There's like a row of wooden classrooms after you come off of the main block. Meaning how nobody ever think, hey, how about we just, build one solid concrete thing coming around with all the classes, call it a day. And so when it comes to education, this is part of the reason why there are a lot of us who say, what is the priority? Because you're saying, we're going to make CXC free, you're going to make college free, you're going to make ABCAS free. The money that you're doing that, you could literally do a very massive improvement work on public schools. When there's rain at Otters, there's a political classroom that floods.
All the canopies outside.
Right? And so the question is, we're complaining about 75% pass rate and it's dropping. Yes, I think, quite frankly, a lot of y'all children don't know about this. Y'all are just dumb. That's a joke, but I've interacted with some students who's like, Jesus, where is your brain? Right? That's a factor. But then what are the conditions that students are being asked to learn under? The average classroom size is supposed to be 25 to 28. Yeah, picking 40 picking in a classroom. 32 picking in a classroom. 36 picking in a classroom. And one teacher.
At us, it's comprehensive. You see, when it rains, we call it a free day because when it rains, there
You can't walk nowhere.
Yes, you can't have class. So the canopies and them, they would flood, and then you would see mud literally on half of the floor, and nobody's gonna sit in that. So, like me personally, me tell her goodbye, me go home.
Bathroom flood, you can't reach the bathroom.
Yes.
How does the how no okay? But what do you mean flood? I mean, I understand because Utter's
Like-
comprehensive.
The bathroom, the new bathrooms that they built it lower down. So
Also, the water comes off of the rest of the
Right.
school
Yes,
and
right.
rushes
Goes
into
down.
the bathroom.
Right.
Oh wow! And nobody thought that when they're building the bathroom to think about the fact that water comes off the hill.
I
And
guess
something
not.
I find funny is that they be wearing plastic, especially people that wear Clarks. They just put plastic on their foot and walk.
Oh wow!
And then when you're coming into the school, there's this really big pipe by first form room 1, and it's like it's not connected, or if it was connected, maybe they didn't put no seal or anything on it. Whatever.
So when it
the case
rains, the
may
water
be.
just falls.
Right, like the pipe does come out and like a lot of water. You see, when OCS rain and it's before
worst
I
thing.
get to school, I will not be there. Like if I'm already there, then I would actually find a classroom that I know, hey, okay, I don't have to be swimming, and I would just stay there.
How many students at OCS, if you know?
600 something.
Yeah, the last time we checked.
Oh, it's gotten smaller because I remember back in the day.
It was like
Let me
7
tell you
something.
something. Man, don't joke with others.
That's true.
Let me tell you.
That's true.
When I was going to school, I hear Otters done. You swear to God, like if somebody opened one pen.
That is
Right?
true.
And here's the thing. The problems that you're talking about aren't unique to you. I remember when I was going to secondary school, they would always talk about this classroom at also in secondary that floods. Same conditions. When it rains at also in secondary, God be with you till we meet again. It is not nice. At SNRA, because I can give you personal witness from this. SNRA, most of the compound runs off of the cistern. It doesn't run on government water. The cistern is below floor level. The cistern was not built with an overflow. So what would happen when there's heavy rain, the cistern would full and the water would just shoot out of the top of the cistern and it floods the entire school. Last year, somebody came and they drilled an overflow. They moved the pipe from the overflow from the middle of the school to the end of the school. So instead of flooding the middle of the school, it now floods the rest of the school to the back. That was the only solution to the problem. Moving away floods, but not fixing the problem. And then you sit down and the Ministry of Education is focused on, we're going to reassign underperforming maths teachers.
Another thing, sorry. There was a part of the school that was at Otters Comprehensive that apparently they analyzed it and they said that at any moment it could fall.
Structurally unsound.
Right. And I see that they're upgrading other schools and doing this and that. Like, aren't y'all afraid for the students that go to the Otters Comprehensive School? Because what if somebody's just walking across the, what are they called? Where we just have prayers and stuff?
In that square, in the center of the school.
Yeah. Like, what if you're passing there and the building just happens to collapse? God forbid.
Then, I'll just have one candlelight vigil.
That's not funny.
I'm being for real. So then my question is, if you were Minister of Education for a day, I don't think I'd wish that on my worst enemy. Because a lot of our ministers of education have tended to be dodo birds. But if you're a Minister of Education for a day, what would be 2 things that you would change?
Okay, first of all.
He ready for that.
Here, it's teach you to fire.
Okay, not fire, but yet. That's
Yet.
too much to do on a day. But instead of focusing on things like people's tin cars and everything, I feel like people should just be more focusing on, school children's safety. Because the conditions that I've heard and seen from other schools are just horrible, and they're not doing anything to fix it. And the money that they're spending on mud day and whatever, I don't see no upgrade in the school and being so honest.
If you only know how much their money they help the schools to even function, you'd be surprised. Let me tell you something. From being a teacher, when you look at the public education system, so board education is supposed to supply schools with what they require. However, oftentimes whatever board provides is insufficient. So when you have, for example, NDA examinations coming up, and you have 600 students, and you offer 30-something subjects, and you have to print exams for every single child, and you realize that you have maybe 2 boxes of papers left as a school. If you call board, boy ain't going to give you. What you have to do? You throw money and that'll literally buy the paper name.
Yeah, at OCS.
So a lot of schools are in. If you all know the miracle signs and wonders that teachers work to keep schools functioning, you'd be very shocked.
And also, I think it was English or maths that they had everybody present. Everybody had the same subject on the day. And then, couldn't find desk, couldn't find chair.
That mashed them up. John, let me hear. If you're a Minister of Education for a day, what are 2 things that you would change automatically?
Well, I know the first one is that I would go individually to the schools. I would see what is the problem, and I would get to working right away. Another thing that I would do.
Give Mr. Roberts a raise.
We'll
No
go back to
comment.
that.
Me who be here?
No shame, Mr.
Me
Robert.
who be here? You hear them? Boy, I'm telling you about picking here, girl. Ungratefulness worse than witchcraft.
Honestly, I don't know what the second thing would be, which is funny because there's a lot of things that need to change, but there's so much you don't even know how to wrap your
He's
head
like,
around.
where do I begin?
Right,
Yeah. Where
it's
do I really
literally
begin?
like that. Well, I know infrastructure, and that's definitely the first thing.
The biggest issue.
And that's the difficult part about education. I don't know. I can genuinely say I'm a product of the public education system. No doubt about it. Went to the public school system. That's how I was educated. Spent almost a decade as a teacher in the public education system. And a lot of the problems I saw when I entered, a lot of them either remained exactly where they were or got worse. Rather than, I can say, well, during my time as a teacher, these are 5 big problems, and I can genuinely say that the 5 big problems were solved. And that's a very tricky place to be in. However, for you guys, as we look to wrap up the show, I want to say to you guys, congratulations on your success, and to all the students across Antigua and Barbuda. In spite of what you guys had to face up with, you guys put your best foot forward, whether it was the left or the right one, according to Joel, and you guys were able to do, substantially well. For those of you who are not as successful, so you go. Life often is a bumpy road. Sometimes you will fall down. The goodness of the story isn't in the fall down, but the goodness of the story is in how did you get back up, bounce back, and do even better. And so that is the parting message. So for the 2 of you, your final comments and gratitude to your school. Let me hear you. Start with Joel.
Why me?
Because you're the bad mind.
Okay. Firstly, I'd like to thank Mr. Roberts for helping me ever since I started OCS. He has always been a kind person towards me, and I can always count on him, and he can always count on me whenever he needs. To the teachers,
some of them,
I appreciate all who have helped me through my journey in completing school ever since we started. And I'd just like to thank you for everything, and for my colleagues who also have helped me and pushed me to my limits, helped me to be the better me that I am, and are still helping me to be in the future. No.
Jana, let me hear you.
Don't worry,
I'm
Joel.
joking. Thank you to Jana.
I would like to say thank you to, firstly, God. I would also like to say thank you to myself, because I really put in the hard work, the dedication. I want to say thank you to my parents, because they were a big part of it as well. I can definitely say thank you to admin, because they helped me a lot in school, and there were times where I was like down and whatever, and they would pull me aside. They would ask me, hey, what's going on, do you need anything, whatever, and that was very caring. So I want to say thank you. And to my teachers as well, because my teachers saw potential in me all of them, and they always push me to do better, and I must say I really appreciate that. So yeah.
Again, we need to really stop judging schools. It's like, every school does its too. So say goodbye, you guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Say bye to everybody, Kyson.
Bye.
I don't think they could hear you. Come close to the mic. Say bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was my nephew, everybody. So in a couple of years, he's going to be the host of Youth Vibrations. All right, everybody. WTP is going to be bringing a live broadcast of the a rebroadcast. Sorry, not a live. A rebroadcast of the live broadcast of the National Town Hall on child safety right after the show. So stay tuned to that so you can know what's happening here, the discussions that happened last night in the event that you missed it. Continue to stay tuned to the amazing programming of WTP 93.5 FM. Lock in next week, Youth Vibrations. You guys are going to be getting an update because last week Joshua invited us to help her. I'm organizing some of my friends to go to Good Humans 268 and organize some bottle caps. I will take some videos and pictures and I will relay to you guys through our Facebook page. So stay locked, stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the week. It's Wednesday, you've gotten over the rest of it. Go work tomorrow, call in sick Friday, you'll be okay. Good night, everybody.